does kind of need a sweater out here today. It's kind of, maybe low 70s. First time it feels like autumn this year. And we're here at Jet Camp today as we pay our visit. You'll hear from the regular folks, as you would expect, the head coach, the general manager, and then, of course, some of the particulars, including the guy who is the topic of conversation, and that, of course, Sam Darnold. We got a lot of baseball stuff to get to with the Yankees nursing more injuries. You got players moving around a little bit, as you probably heard about Murphy to the Cubbies and some of the other moves that they're making down there where they've unhappily broken up that total mishmash they have down there in Washington. So we got that to get to on this Tuesday program. Busy week here with Jets Today. And then Friday at Bar A, where we will also debut the app, the Mike's On app. You can go to mikeson.com. You can go to Google Play or iTunes, and you can sign up. On Friday, though, you can actually get the ball rolling. You can pay and get to work, as we will do that on Friday. So we'll be ready for you as we will debut it. We will have a 1 o'clock show, not a 3 o'clock show. It'll be like old times. We'll do a 1 o'clock show from Bar A, as we've always done, but we haven't done recently. But we will do a 1 to 6 show from Bar A. It's supposed to be beautiful weather. The forecast is for 80 and not a cloud in the sky on Friday. Can't have better than that. Low humidity, so a perfect Chamber of Commerce day from Lake Como down there on the Jersey Shore as we hit bar anticipation, as we do every year. So we'll see everybody there. Get there early because we got some goodies for you. We got some stuff and you'll see when you get there. Don't want to ruin the surprises. So get on down there if you're coming early because it's going to be a big crowd and everyone, we want to accommodate everybody. And you can sign up for the app there that day if you're in the mood, as we will get things rolling in that regard. So a busy week all the way around as we basically, these injuries, all they've done, and there's also we talk about Didi. There's also a rumor that Bird's hurting again. The Yankees have quietly kind of ascertained, really, they've been very quiet about this, but they've hinted at times that he's not 100%, and that's part of the issue with him. And then there's rumors that his foot's bothering him again, so I don't know if it's true or not, but that's the last thing that they need as they continue to have problems with the injuries. And listen, what it means is it means a very silent September. That's what it means. It means September is going to be for healing. September is going to be for sharpening. September is going to be for getting ready for what will hopefully be a very raucous October, because, they're not going to have a very exciting September. There's no way around that. If you're worried about the wild card, don't be. Now, you could worry a little bit about the wild card being played at Yankee Stadium. That's not locked up yet. They have, though, a big lead on the wild card as far as making the wild card. They have a big lead in that regard. Still 8 in the loss column over Seattle. They're 4 in the loss column over Houston and Oakland, who are in a flat-footed tie. Houston has crumbled with the injuries. They've lost 8 of their last 10 games. They find themselves tied for first. Oakland's had a remarkable year to be 75-50. They've done a tremendous job. Red Sox have actually lost 2 games in a row. We'll see if they can make it 3. And they have to be concerned about Sale. They can say they're not. They can say the idea is to rest him. Nonsense. You do not treat him this way if he's healthy, and you have to be concerned about whether or not he is going to be healthy the rest of the way. And they are a very different team if he is not there. So if Sale is not there to get the job done, if he is not there, and Sale has pitched 146 innings this year, and I know they want to lighten his load down the stretch, but they don't want to put him on the shelf, and he has pitched brilliantly well. I mean, in those 146 innings, he's not only pitched to a 1.97 ERA, he has struck out 219 batters, and his whip is 0.85. He has pitched insanely well. So from that standpoint, they do not want to have any problems with him. And right now, they have more than enough to worry about when it comes to him and the postseason, because no matter how many games you win in the regular season, and they're going to win a bundle, whether or not they want to attack any records or not remains to be seen, but they are going to win well over 100 games. The Yankees could win in the high 90s without pushing the envelope too fast and too hard, and they'll still finish a ways back. But the bottom line is this is going to be a very different September than you thought. It's going to be one where it's going to be just getting ready. It's going to be a tune-up month for October. That's what it's going to be, because they have a big lead in the wild card. And, again, you don't want to fret about the wild card and where they're going to face Verlander and who you're going to play and everything else. Let that happen. Let it just, run its course. We'll see what happens. And but there's going to be one game to win, and it's a game they have to win. That changes everything. It's a very different season once they win that wild card game than if they lose the wild card. If they lose the wild card game this year, where they had showed such promise, is one of bitter, bitter disappointment. The Mets last night, hey, the only thing I say about that is this. The saddest commentary you can make about the Mets last night is that is neither surprising nor something you could not see happening to the Mets. Any way you slice it, you could see that happening. I mean, they're putting guys in positions they don't know how to play. They are putting an absolutely awful defensive team on the field. They've actually won some games recently. They've gotten a lot of well-pitched games, but their defense is atrocious, so there's not even a little bit of that being remotely shocking that a game for them would result like that last night. So that doesn't even come under the heading of surprising as far as I'm concerned. As far as here with the Jets, the topic obviously is the quarterback. And here's what I can tell you as we begin this day. It is going to be the head coach's decision. This is not going to be an organizational decision. It is going to be the head coach's decision who starts at quarterback. The general manager, the hierarchy, are going to let the coach make the decision. So I'm not saying they wouldn't have input. I'm not saying they won't make their presence felt, but they are going to let him make the decision as to who the quarterback will be. And I told you this a couple weeks ago. I'll tell you it again. I see no reason, not even a little one, why Sam Darnold will not be the starting quarterback. They clearly have been thrilled. They don't want to say a lot about it. They don't want to go out and make a big stance and say a lot of things about him in glowing terms. They're trying to downplay this as much as they possibly can, but they are thrilled with what he's done this year. They're thrilled with his ability to learn the offense. They're thrilled with his ability to work with his teammates and work with the staff. They're thrilled with how he's handled himself in the games. They're thrilled with the poise he's shown and how comfortable he's been with everything, how easily he's handled every task, how easily he's handled every part of this job, every facet of it. So it will take something very extreme in my mind for him not to be the starting quarterback. I think he will be. I'll be at this juncture, it will either take a nightmare performance and really something worse than that, because I don't even think that would do it, would tip it, unless it was just, crazy bad, which I don't expect to see, because he has done very good things in practice. He's done well in the games, and he has wowed them so far. And the best thing they can do is wait on Bridgewater. I don't think it's a big deal if they dress 3 quarterbacks. They can wait on Bridgewater, and if a team that is expecting big things this year, had big plans, loses a quarterback, which will undoubtedly happen early in the season or in training camp, most likely early in the season, then you have a ready-made trade. I know I've seen a couple of reports that 2 teams have already asked about Bridgewater. It's not true. So those reports are erroneous. There hasn't been anybody checking in or trying to make a trade for him. There was a report that 2 teams had already tried to trade for him. It's not true. There's no truth to that. So you hear a lot of rumors. Those aren't true ones. So nobody's tried to trade for him yet. But that doesn't mean it won't happen. It could happen at a moment's notice. If there's a good team out there that loses their quarterback, Bridgewater is going to turn out to be a very good alternative and one they'll pay heavily for, and the Jets will look very smart for the way they handle these things. But I do think Darnold will be the opening day quarterback. I'd be surprised if he's not. I think he is very much well down that road at the present time. So we've got a lot to do today. Here at Jet Camp, you'll hear from all the people you expect to hear from, including Sam Darnold, and we'll get it all rolling right after this.